Have you ever wondered why your dog follows you everywhere? Even to the bathroom? Is it love, instinct, or something deeper? What if I told you your dog's loyalty isn't just emotional? It's backed by powerful science, and it might even be stronger than human friendship. When you gaze into the eyes of your dog, what do you see? A friend? A family member? A source of never-ending enthusiasm and devotion? That unwavering loyalty, the way your dog greets you at the door, as if you were the only person in the universe who matters. It feels almost magical. But what if we told you there's real, surprising science behind your dog's loyalty? Let's embark on an incredible journey into the canine mind, delving into the roots of companionship, ancient genetics, neurochemistry, and the brilliant way dogs form unbreakable social bonds with humans. To understand why dogs are loyal, we have to take a step back, thousands of years back, in fact, to a time before dogs were dogs. Their ancestors, ancient wolves, roamed wild landscapes in tightly organized packs. Survival depended on cooperation, trust, and communication, qualities deeply woven into their DNA over countless generations. Those wolves that were more adept at forging social bonds had a better chance of thriving. But somewhere along the line, a few of these wolves took a risk, a bold leap, approaching human camps for scraps and warmth. Early humans, in turn, saw an opportunity. If they could tame these animals, they might get some help hunting, security, or even just companionship on long, cold nights. The partnership began. Over generations, the friendliest, most sociable wolves were favored, eventually leading to the very first domesticated dogs. This process, called domestication, imprinted on dogs a remarkable ability to read humans, to live alongside us, and crucially, to bond with us. Fast forward to today. The descendants of those ancient wolves have grown into over 400 distinct dog breeds, yet all retain that core capacity for loyalty. But what's going on inside their brains? Scientists now know that a dog's allegiance isn't just a simple habit or trick. At the molecular level, an astonishing process unfolds every time your dog interacts with you. When you return home after a long day and your dog leaps into your arms, a cascade of neurochemicals bursts forth in both of you. Chief among these is oxytocin, often dubbed the love hormone. This molecule is the same one responsible for forging bonds between human parents and infants. Studies have shown that when dogs gaze into their owner's eyes, levels of oxytocin rise not only in the dog, but also in the human. This mutual eye contact solidifies a deep two-way connection, a biological feedback loop wired for affection. This hormonal rush explains why your dog seems tuned to your moods, why they cuddle closer when you're sad and bounce with joy when you're happy. Your presence, your touch, even your scent becomes a source of comfort. And, in a very real sense, love. The science is unambiguous. Dogs experience genuine affection, and their loyalty is backed by biology. But oxytocin isn't the only player shaping this bond. Over the decades, dogs have become masters at reading subtle human cues. In experiments, researchers have found that dogs are much better than even our closest living relatives, like chimpanzees, at interpreting gestures like pointing or nodding. Your dog's impressive ability to read you, to know when you're about to leave, when you're upset, or even when you're planning a walk, isn't just intuition. It's evidence of co-evolution, the product of thousands of years spent working alongside humans. Part of what forges loyalty is a sense of social belonging. In the wild, canines rely on their pack for security and survival. In domestic life, you and your family become the pack. Dogs see themselves as integral to this group structure. This isn't just emotional, it's practical too. Dogs have an intrinsic desire to participate in family routines, whether it's herding children, watching over the household, or simply sticking by your side. Loyalty, in this sense, is another word for pack cooperation. What about the moments when dogs demonstrate loyalty that goes far beyond routine? Like risking their lives to protect a human, or staying by their owner's side through illness or hardship. Here, another branch of science becomes relevant: the study of empathy and pro-social behavior in animals. Dogs are one of the rare species shown to act in ways that suggest they can recognize and respond to the emotional needs of others. In one groundbreaking study, dogs were observed in a room with their owners who either hummed, spoke neutrally, or feigned crying. Time and again, dogs would approach and show comforting behaviors, primarily when their humans pretended to cry. These reactions are not always derived from training. Even untrained, young dogs displayed the desire to help. This suggests an inborn capacity for empathy. While a dog's motivations aren't identical to human ones, their actions point to a kind of loyalty that is felt and expressed through genuine emotional sensitivity. Surprisingly, these emotional feats have a genetic component as well. Recent research has identified specific genes that shape the sociability of dogs, genes not found in wild wolves. One such gene, known as WBSCR17, is linked to hypersociability. In humans, variations in this gene are associated with Williams-Beuren syndrome, a condition that causes people to be unusually friendly and eager for social contact. In dogs, the gene drives their desire to seek human connection, to follow us, to learn from us, to be loyal beyond what would be necessary for simple survival. Then there's the role of memory and learning. Dogs are exceptional at forming associations. They remember your routine, your voice, the particular jangle of your keys. When you provide food, play, or affection, this positive reinforcement strengthens the emotional ties between you. Over time, the association of you with good things makes their attachment even more tenacious. But loyalty isn't just about treats. It's something much more enduring. Even in cases where owners can no longer provide material comforts, many dogs remain steadfast. This is what researchers refer to as social reinforcement, the reward of simply being part of your life. If you've ever wondered why some dogs express loyalty to several people, while others seem to focus intently on just one, biology once again has an answer. Breeds have different propensities. For instance, herding and guarding dogs often develop an intensified focus on an individual handler, a trait selected over centuries for practicality. Companion breeds, like Labradors or Spaniels, may spread their devotion more widely, forming affectionate attachments to everyone they live with. Still, at the core, all dogs channel their loyalty through the same neural pathways established during domestication. Perhaps the most surprising scientific discovery is that dogs not only remember and cherish their human companions during life, but their loyalty often endures, even in the face of loss. There are numerous accounts, backed by observation, of dogs waiting at train stations or by hospital doors, keeping vigil for departed or absent humans. While it may seem like an anthropomorphic projection, brain imaging studies reveal that dogs process emotional separation in ways similar to children. The attachment is not just what happens in the moment. It echoes, sometimes heartbreakingly, through memory and time. Childhood stories and legends often mythologize dogs as uniquely devoted. Think of Hachiko, the faithful Akita in Japan, who waited years at a train station for his deceased owner to return. As it turns out, legend is mirrored by science. Dogs have a biological propensity for loyalty that is rarely paralleled in the animal kingdom. But what does this loyalty mean for you as a dog owner? On a practical level, understanding the science can help deepen your bond. Respect your dog's highly attuned senses, their emotional intelligence, their innate desire for companionship. By providing stability, affection, and opportunities for engagement, you're nourishing the very biological mechanisms that make their loyalty so profound. When you speak kindly to your dog, when you invite them into your day, when you meet their gaze, you're activating the ancient chemistry that cemented the human-dog bond long ago. This, in turn, offers benefits not just for them, but for you as well. Scientific studies demonstrate that pet ownership, particularly involving dogs, leads to reduced stress, lower blood pressure, and improved mental health in people. Part of that effect is down to oxytocin and other feel-good hormones released during positive human-animal interactions. In many ways, your dog is not just loyal out of habit, but through a reciprocal relationship built on shared history, biology, and emotional feedback loops. Your happiness shapes theirs, and theirs in turn shapes yours. Modern research even explores how dogs can be loyal, not just to individuals, but to ideals. Take service dogs, for example, who devote themselves tirelessly to helping humans with disabilities. Their loyalty is tested and proven day after day through highly specialized tasks, guiding, alerting, providing stability, or even performing life-saving interventions. While training plays a role, the underlying drive comes from an inborn willingness to serve, to please, to be part of something greater than themselves. Search and rescue dogs, too, demonstrate selfless loyalty, risking their own well-being to locate and aid people in distress. Their brains are hardwired to find satisfaction in the act itself, in the reward of a job well done, and most importantly, in the positive praise and companionship from their human handlers. As we look toward the future, even more breakthroughs are likely. The burgeoning field of canine cognition continues to surprise researchers, revealing that dogs are perhaps even more sophisticated in their emotional and social capacities than previously believed. Technological advances now enable scientists to track canine stress levels, hormone production, and brain activity, painting an increasingly detailed picture of what loyalty looks like inside the mind of a dog. In light of this, perhaps the most important realization is that a dog's loyalty is not something we can take for granted. It is a living, evolving bond, one that requires respect, care, and encouragement. When we meet a dog's emotional needs, we reinforce the very mechanisms that make their devotion possible. Mutual trust, consistent communication, and empathy form the foundation of the relationship, cementing a bond that is both ancient and ever-renewing. So, the next time your dog rests their head on your knee or wags their tail at your approach, remember that you're witnessing not just a cute display, but the culmination of thousands of years of co-evolution, astonishing neurobiology, and the simple magic of shared love. Loyalty, in the case of dogs, is less about duty or obligation, and more about a profound connection, deeply rooted in both their genes and their hearts. To foster this loyalty, cherish every interaction. Take time for play, for adventure, for quiet moments of companionship. Offer understanding when your dog is anxious or excited, and watch how their faithfulness grows. Every walk, every treat, every gentle word you share helps sustain an emotional contract that is as scientifically remarkable as it is emotionally moving. In the partnership between people and dogs, loyalty stands as a testament to the enduring power of empathy, companionship, and love. So the science is clear. Your dog's loyalty isn't just an endearing quirk. It's a marvel of nature, one that reflects the profound depth of the human-canine relationship, echoing through history, biology, and the simple joy of being together. And knowing the science behind it all just might make that loyalty feel even more precious.